They go for a kunai clutch, but Christian throws this kunai to his other hand and slashes her kunai, hitting it out of her hands. He goes, yeah! Then puts a kunai through her throat, throwing it, but then she catches it with 2 fingers, saying, ha ha! He goes, damn it! Then she throws it back 10 times faster. He goes, damn it! And catches it and blocks it with his hand, slapping it to the left. He goes, but then Anori gets kicked in the face. He goes, oh my nose. Then blood splats out of his nose. He goes, what the hell? How did you get that fast? He says, remember, no Sharingan. He goes, dang it. But then when they start to spar, Christian gets a little mad because he can't land a hit on Sarda without a Sharingan. He has the higher level Sharingan, remember. He goes for a punch, but then she dodges and kicks him in the face. He goes, in her base form, Sarda is much stronger, but in Christian's Sharingan form, he's much stronger. He goes, then he gets kicked in the stomach. He goes, I can't do any of this good fighting. He goes, then his Sharingan flares in one eye. She says, hey, what? But then his Sharingan is in a buzzsaw form. He goes, it's shaped in the sun. It's like Itachi's Mangekyo. It goes, it's Itachi's Mangekyo. Then it burns Sarda. Sasuke goes, what the? Amaterasu? Now Sasuke can there. He goes, oh no, what have I done? And then he feels a shockwave through his body from the power of that attack. He goes, ah. Then Sarda's still burning. He goes, got it. Enough of this chakra. Then releases the Mangekyo. Then he disappears, putting his hand on Sasuke's shoulder, saying, help me and help Sarda. Then he body flickers back and sees Sarda burning with black fire. Then he stops and then she's got a huge burn mark on her shoulder. And his eye is still aching. He's, ow, my eye! He says, it looked like a weird shuriken without, like, the top part of it. He says, she took a picture of it, actually. And he says, that's my brother's Mangekyo. Christian goes, but then blue blood comes out of his mouth, going, well, that's actually chakra. He goes, then he grabs his heart, kind of, in like a metaphorical way, going, Sasuke rushes over, saying, are you okay? He goes, then they go test him to see if he has some kind of like sickness, and then he says that he has the same disease that Itachi did. Sarda is kind of scared because she thinks her brother gonna die, because if that killed her uncle, it's definitely gonna kill him, and that uncle was insanely tough. Christian goes, he says no longer allowed to do ninja work for about 5 weeks, and they have to give him this medicine. When they do it, he goes, he says that only made him worse. He says, we don't know what to do against him. He goes, then he falls from one knee, and then blood comes out of his mouth. He goes, then his vision starts to blur and then falls. Then it goes. He goes, are you okay? He goes, Sakura grabs him. Sakura picks him up, saying, we have to heal him somehow. He says, we only can have Tsunade heal this sickness, and she's not here. They put him on a bed, and Sakura tries her best to heal him, going, asking Katsuyu to keep on healing him and fight back the disease. Tatsuya's trying to fight back the disease, but it's not working. Then Lady Tsunade appears, saying, "I'm ready, Sakura, what's happening?" He says, "My son, he's gonna die." He says, what's wrong?" He says, "He has the same disease that Itachi had." He goes, "This is bad." Then heals him as well, going. Then she says, "Stop." He says, "But he's gonna die." He says, "If we overwhelm him with chakra, he might explode. We need to we have to stop, then heal him. Stop, heal, stop, heal." But then blood starts to stream out of his mouth, going. Then the heartbeat goes slow, going beep, beep. Tsunade says, "This is bad." Then his heartbeat races, going. Brrr. He goes. Then he goes. Then his heartbeat goes back to normal. He goes, "What is going on?" He goes. And he can't get over the sickness. And they try to put the medicine in his mouth while they heal him. He goes. It keeps him stable for about 20 minutes, and then he goes back to coughing again. He goes. Sakura asks him to grab the biggest. She doesn't care how much it costs. Get the biggest bottle ever. They get a bottle that's the size of him. That's the size of Sasuke. Then they put it next to him all the time with a giant straw that always lets him drink. Every day his friends visit him. He goes, "They're allowed to because it's not contagious." He goes, he says, "Hi guys." They say, how you feeling?" He says, "Worse than ever." He says, "I'm sorry you got that." He says, No, it's no one's fault." Then on the final day, he's gonna be alive because they said he had a month to live. It's the final day. Sarada and Sakura are crying on his bed while Sasuke is holding back his. But then he goes, then spits out a crow. He goes, a crow flies out. He goes, Sasuke is so mad that his brother, how did someone plant a crow in him? He goes, but then he says, then he goes, they say, "Is he trying to talk?" He goes, they say, "What is it?" He says, "Plasma grenade." He goes, "Plasma grenade," and throws a grenade, exploding the hospital. I'm kidding, that's dumb. He says, coughing even more, because something has happened to him after the crow left. He's in a much worse condition. Then they shove the crow right back down, going, which closed the return. But then they try and find something. They only need a master of healing, like the Sage of Six Paths could probably heal that disease. Then he says, "Who summoned me?" They go, "Ah!" He says, "Hello, sick child." He goes, "Hello." He says, "I'm here to heal you." He goes, boom. Christian goes, ah! He says, "Oh, that's what the Hagoromo says, that he's not sick. He's got, something's wrong with his bloodline. His bloodline fracture." Sasuke asks, "What do you mean?" And he says that his bloodline, he says he needs about 90% pure blood to at least live, because it's gonna hurt a lot. It's gonna make him feel terrible. He'll make him sick if he has 50, because he has about 40% pure blood and 60% evil blood in him from probably past you. That's his problem. And it's gonna be extremely painful. He's gonna have a couple of weeks of being taken blood out and put him back in. this is going to be the most painful thing anyone's ever seen. He said, but then he reads it again saying, what the, this kid's evilness, it's going up and up and up. It's 100% evil. He says, this is gonna take 1,000 hours. This kid might die. Then he says, please do whatever you can before he kills everyone. He wakes up and slashes at Sarada going, then he activates the Sharingan going, then falls to one knee going, then Hagoromo puts his hand on his chest, releasing the blood. He goes, but then he takes them to like a void where he can fill them into an insane asylum, but it'll take him a long time. He goes, Christian goes, screaming in pain as the blood is being removed. He goes, help me, help me, please, I don't like this. He goes, some of his friends come to watch it, not like they enjoy it, and they're scared to see this. They never want to go through this. He goes, and he has to stay awake those 1,000 hours. He goes, and the blood comes out faster than it is coming in. He goes, about 900 hours later, he's on the verge of death. But once they get 100%, once they get 90%, which he's at 89%, he goes, and done. He goes, half the whole room is covered in blood. It's basically a pool of blood. He goes, his sickness is starting to cure, but he still has the major sickness. It can be easily healed by Tsunade. But they can't open the door, so they have to try and build up his chakra so he can at least body flicker out. Because if they go in there, they'll be covered in blood. Then he finally builds enough chakra and body flickers out. He's giving his condition even a worse state. They say, Sakura says, how did this even happen? He says, I think he awakened one-eyed Mangekyo. And then hits Sarada with black flames. That's why he came rushing and going, help, help us. And that's what his eye was bleeding. He is not okay. He goes, he says, we have to perform a procedure that'll hurt him, but it will save him. He says, this is going to be even worse than the Sage's pure blood transfer. They go, Sarada and Sasuke, and Sarada's hugging, Sarada not looking. And Sasuke has to watch in case something goes wrong. Christian goes, then when they start, they place these orbs all around his body. They place these metal things all around his body. Then Christian, who's gone pretty insane for being there for 1 hour, for being there for 1,000 hours, goes, then he goes, then Sarada starts to cry, and so does Sakura because of how bad this looks. And then he falls to his knees, hurt like a bastard. He says, we have to calm him down somehow. He's so gone nuts because of that, how much that hurt. Then when he gets home and someone walks in, he says, go away, don't take any more blood. Then he pulls out a kunai, going, get back. I'm not afraid to stab you. He says, and walks over to Sasuke, saying that he's been traumatized by how much blood has been stolen from him. He says, does he have something that maybe can calm him down? Alright people, this is the last time I'm ever going to use this song, I'm kidding. He says, please. Sarda says, fine, I'll play it. Then he goes, but the song doesn't do shit. So they decide to play Nightcore version. So he goes, also his memories were erased, so they're coming back. He goes, then he finally remembers and then goes along with her going along with Sarda, because Sarda's doing it right now on the music, because let's just say it's a version. Then he goes with her. Then when he finally gets ready to, then when he finally snaps out of it and goes into it, he goes, then pulls out his banjo and goes, there's no way to say this song's about someone else. If you're timing out of my arms, I start to lose myself. Someone please pass my shades, don't let them see me down. You have taken over my days, tonight I'm going out. Yeah, I'm feeling like there is no better place than right by your side. I heard a little taste and I'll only spoil the party anyway, 'cause all the girls are looking fine. You're the only one on my mind. La-da-dee, la-la-da-doo, there's not a me, there's lot of you. La-da-dee, la-la-da-doo, there's only me, there's only you. La-da-dee, la-la-da-doo, there's not a me, la-la-da-doo. Dee, la-la-da-doo, when you are gone, I think of you. Faces packed with people, but your face is all I see. When the music screams too loud, your voice is only me. When the girls around, but you're just impressed. Part of you alone has got me spawning up and no one is. It's feeling like there is no better place than right by your side. I had a little taste and I'll only spoil the party anyway, 'cause all the girls are looking fine. You're the only one on my mind. La-da-dee, la-la-da-doo, there's la-da-me, la-la-da-doo. La-da-dee, la-da-da-doo, there's only me, there's only you. La-da-dee, la-la-da-doo, la-da-me, la-da-da-me. Dee, la-la-da-doo, there's no dawn, I think of you. All this dee, la-la-da-doo, there's la-da-me, there's not a you. La-da-dee, la-la-da-doo, and you and me, there's only you. La-da-dee, la-la-da-doo, there's not a me, there's not a you. La-da-dee, la-la-da-doo, when you are gone, I think of you. I pretend the night is so beautiful. Take a photo with the bros, la-da-dee, la-la-da-doo. It's not disguise, right here behind my eyes. In my mind, I die, yeah, I'm feeling like There is no better place than right by your side. I had a little place and I'll only spoil the party anyway, 'cause all the girls are looking for me, I'm the only one on my mind. La-da-dee, la-da-do, this out of me, there's not a you. La-da-dee, la-da-do, when you and me, there's only you. La-da-dee, la-da-do, when out of me, there's not a you. La-da-dee, la-da-do, when you were gone, I think of you. Dee, la-da-do, this out of me, there's not a you. La-da-dee, la-da-do, when you and me, there's only you. La-da-do, when you and me, there's not a you. La-da-dee, la-da-do, when you are gone, I think of you. Then he says, but then he goes, then Christian puts his feet left and right going, dang it. He moves his, I'm on the sides over, he moves his feet going, a lot, 24 foot tall, there's in the box, I just hit liquid the box, had to put a sneak in the box. He goes,
off of the ground.
Then he pulls out his real rapping mic and goes, well, it's not really a rap, he pulls out his mic and goes,
off of the gram. Just love the gram. Oh, wait. Roxanne, all you wanna do is party all night. She think I play, yeah. She think I. Excuse me, what? That's just weird. So, after him finally regaining his memories and his thoughts back, he goes, and then the high five saying, team! And that's it.